Hey guys, this is lesson 3.3, area models and partial products. Our essential question is, how can you use area models and partial products to multiply two-digit numbers? So you might need some colored pencils for this one. How can you use a model to break apart factors and make them easier to multiply? So part A says outline a rectangle on the grid to model 13 times 8. Break apart the model into smaller rectangles to show factors broken into tens and ones. Label and shade the smaller rectangles. Use the colors below. Okay, so I paused the video and I went ahead and just highlighted how colored in how you're going to color in your paper. So like I said, if you haven't got colored pencils yet, please do so. And you're going to find the product of each smaller rectangle. Then find the sum of the partial products and record your answer. So we're doing a total grid of 13 by 18. And what they did is they broke that number down. Okay, so they first went into 10 times 10. So this right here in the blue is 10 times 10. So I'm going to write 10 here and 10 up here. Okay, and 10 times 10 is 100. So that's why they have this over here in 100. Okay, then the next step would be to go this 10, so right here, 10 times 8, so I have 8 across here. So I'm going to put an 8 up here. So this right here is 10, and then there's 8 across in the green. Okay, so 10 times 8 would be 80, and I'll put 100 here too, just so we know. Okay, so 10 times 8 is 80, and 80 goes on the line here. Okay, then we have 3 times 10 in the orange. Okay, so 1, 2, 3, and then 10 across. That would be a total of 30. So on the line here, I'm going to have you put a 3, because we took the 3, 1, 2, 3, times the 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay, so that is 30. Okay, and then we have the purple, 3 by 8, 1, 2, 3, and then across is 10, 8, excuse me, so we would have 24 here, and if you look, that 8 is already up here because we were 8 across this way, so we're also 8 across this way, and you can tell because they're evenly matched, only just different color. So 8 times 3 is 24, so 24 is going to go there. Okay. Then I'm going to go and I'm going to add all these numbers up together. So 100 plus 80 plus 30 plus 24. Okay, so 0 up there, 4 in the back. 0 plus 0 plus 0 is 4. 8 plus 3, 11 plus 2, 13, carry my 1, so that would be 234 would be my total there, 234. So that means that there's 234 little squares right here. Okay, and just to kind of check back and show you where this 13 times 18 came from in this picture, let me change the color here. Whoa. Okay, so I broke this 13 into place value. So 10 plus 3 is 13. So I have the 10 and the 3 there. And then I broke the 18 up into 10 and 8, like you would expanded form. So 18 is 10 plus 1, 10 plus 8. So that's where this comes from. 10 plus 8 is 18. Okay? So then what I did is then they went to break up the numbers. So they took 10 times 10 was 100, then they took 10 times 3 was 30, then they went and did the 8, they took the 10 times the 8 here and got 80, and then they came down here and went across and did 8 times 3, which is 24. Okay, so that's where these numbers come from here. Alright, let's take a look at C. Alright, so I did the same thing and kind of color coordinated it. So we'll go from there. So what I want you to do is make sure, as we're talking about the colors and the arrays, that you're coloring the same as I am. Okay, draw the model again, break apart the whole model to show factors different from those shown the first time. Label and shade the 4 smaller rectangles and find their products. Record the sum of the partial products to represent the product of the whole number. Okay, so we still have 13 times 8. Excuse me, 13 times 8. So I'm just going to write 13 times 18, not 8. Okay, so what we did in the last time is we took 10 plus 3 to get to 13, and then we took 10 plus 18 to get to, 10 plus 8 to get to 18. So now we're going to do something different. What else can we take? What plus what is also equal to 13? Well, 9 plus 4 is 13. And then also for 18, 9 plus 9 is 18. Okay? So if we come over here, we're going to show that. So on this over here, I'm going to put a 9 and I'm going to put a 4. So in the picture, I have down 9. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. And then over here, I have 1, 2, 3, 4 in a different color. Okay, now I'm going to, so that was 13 on this side. Okay, now I'm going to come up here and I'm going to do 9 plus 9. So I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So I'm going to put 9 right here on this line. And then I'm also going to do the other 9 right here. And then I have 9 across. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. I also have 9 down, so you can see where that is coming from here. Okay, so 9 times 9, 81 here. Then 9 times 9 is 81 here. So I'll go ahead and do that. Let's just do blue first. So we have 9 down and we have 9 across. So 9 times 9 is 81. So I'm going to come over here and put 81 on the line. Then I have green, 9 times the 9 down from before. That's what this one's showing, which is 81. So I'm going to put 81 on the line here. Okay, and then I have this orange. So I have 1, 2, 3, 4, and then I have 9 across. So 9 times 4 is 36. Okay, and then in the purple, I have 1, 2, 3, 4, and then also 9 across from up here. That's what's telling me to do that. So I have 36 in this one as well. I forgot to put 36 over here. Okay, so plus another 36. Okay, and then when you add that all up together, you're still going to get 234. Okay, so remember, there's different ways you can break this number down. Like we did 10 plus 3, which is 13, and then we did 10 plus 8, which was 18. And then when we came down here to draw it, we made sure that we labeled everything. So we did a group of 10, and then we did a group of 3. Then up here, then we went and broke the 18 down. We did a group of 10, and then a group of 8. And then to figure out how much was in each one of these blocks, we took 10 times 10, and we took 10 times 8. Then down here we took 10 times 3, and then we took 8 times 3. Okay, and got 24. Same thing down here. 9 times 9, 81. 9 times 9, 81. And remember, I got this 9 and this 4 from down here. And then I got this 9 plus 9 from right here. So then I had to figure out how many was in each color. So 9 times 9, 81. 81. Then 9 times 4, 36. 9 times 4, 36. Add them all up, and we got 234. Alright, so let's take a look at some of these questions here that we that we should answer. Explain how you found the total number of squares in the whole model. So what we did there is I broke apart my model into 4 smaller rectangles and found the product, which means answer, product of each, and then we added the products. Okay. Compare the two models and their products. What can you conclude? So if we go back and we look at their products, which means answers, here's the answer and here's the answer. So they both were the same. So the products were the same. And then let's see, the other part was explain. It shows you will get the same no matter how you break down, what was it, 18 times 13, or 13 times 18. Okay. Alright, so to find the product of 10 and 33, so when they say find the product, that means 10 times 33, which is easier computations. So 10 times 11 plus 10 times 11 plus 10 times 11, because 11 plus 11 plus 11 is 33, or would it be better to just do 10 times 30 and 10 times 3? Well, I think it would be better to go 10 times 30 and 10 times 3, because if we take a look at this problem, if I'm going to break 33 up in expanded form, it would be 30 plus 3 equals 33. So if I could just take the 10s times the 30 and the 10 times the 3, I think it would be much better. It would be way quicker for me to do that. So I'm going to put on the line here 10 times 30 plus 10 times 3. Okay, and just for an explanation, I can use the fact 1 times 3, what I know about multiples of 10. Okay, so that's kind of what you're using as multiple of 10s when we did that. So, alright, let's take a look at the bottom part. You can draw a simple diagram to model and break apart factors to find a product. So they want you to find 15 times 24. So before, remember when I talked about we were adding these numbers to get to one of our factors here? So we're going to do the same thing. Draw a model to show 15 times 24. Break apart the factors into 10s and 1s to show the partial products. So I know if I were to break 15 up, I would have 10 plus 5 in order to get to 15. So there they have my 10 already, so I'm going to put 5 on the line. Then when I come to my 24, if I was going to put that in expanded form, it would be 20 plus 4. So here's my 20 and then my 4 over here. Alright, so now my next step is to actually figure out how much is in each box. So now I'm going to go 10 times 20, and that's 200. I'll just keep going right across. Now I'm going to go 10 times 4, and that's 40. Now I'm going to go 20 times 5. 2 times 5 is 10. then add my another 0 behind it. And then I'm going to go 5 times 4, which is 20. Okay. Alright, so I got my box filled out, and I'm going to go to step number 2, and it says write the product for each of the smaller rectangles. Okay, so over here, if we take a look at this part, it has 2 tens, and then, so 2 tens would be 10 times, or would be 20. Okay, so 10 plus 10, we have 2 groups of 10, 10 plus 10 is 20, but we're taking it times 10, so 2 tens is 20, but taking it times another 10 is going to add another 0 behind it. Okay, I'm going to come over here. We have 4 ones, okay, but then just 4 times 10, so I'm working right here, 4 times 1, and then we're going to have 40. Okay, I hope you're seeing a pattern here where these numbers are matching up at here. Okay, then I have 5 times 2 tens, which 2 tens would be 20. So we did that before. 5 times 2 is 10. Add my another 0 behind it for 100, because that's where that came from. And then now I have 4 times 5 is 20, so basically what we just did here is what we just did in the box and filling it out. Okay? Alright, now that we've got all of our numbers down, we need to add to find the product for the whole model. So we have 200 plus 40 plus 100, maybe, there we go, 100 plus 20, okay, and if we were to add that all up, there it's 300, 4, 5, 6, so we have 360. Okay, alright, so 15 times 24 is 360. The model shows 4 parts. Each part represents a partial product. The partial products are 200, 40, 100, and 20. Okay, so I just kind of want to talk about that little back part, or this little mathematical practices. How does breaking apart the factors into tens and ones make finding the product easier? Well, if you can multiply by 10 by, remember, just adding the 0 at the end, it's way easier than taking the full number, 15 times 24. I'd rather take the 10 and the 5, break that down, and then break the 24 down into 20 and 4, and work with smaller numbers that I can just do mentally than such bigger numbers. Okay, so we'll go to here. They want you to find the product. So they've kind of got some stuff already done for you on this one. Remember, this 10 and the 6 came from right here, 16. 10 plus 6 is 16, and then 10 plus 9 is 19. Okay, so then they went ahead and did the 10 times 10, got 100. The 9 times the 10 is 90. And they went down here, 10 times 6, 60. 9 times 6 is 54. So remember, our last thing that we had to do here was just add all the numbers up. Let's see, 100 plus 90, 190, 60, 254, so it would be 304. So if you want, you can go ahead and write it on the side here somewhere, 190, let's just check my math, 60, 54, okay, and then add all those up. Okay. Alright, good. There we are. Okay, so you can go ahead and do that. Number 2. Alright, so they've got it already broken down for us. So the 10 plus the 8 here goes to the 18. The 20 plus 6 gets us to our 26. So now we have to figure out what the groups are in the box. So 10 times 20 is 200. 10 times 6, 60. 20 times 8, 8 times 2 is 16. Add your 0 behind it. 8 times 6 is 48. Okay, so then my job now would be to come here and add all those numbers up. Just put my bigger ones here. 60. 48. Okay, and then after adding those all up, you would get to 468. Okay. Alright, number 3, that's one of those check mark ones, so what I really want you to do is I want you to see if you can do it by yourself first. Okay, see if you can do it by yourself, pause the video, and then unpause the video and see what you did. Okay, but for those of you that have tried it out, here we go. So 20 plus 7, that came to the 27, and then they did 30 plus 9, so that's how we got to 39. So 20 times 30 is 600. Remember, 2 times 3 is 6, and then we add our 2 zeros behind. Then we have 9 times 20. 9 times 2 is 18, and we have our 0 there. 30 times 7, 3 times 7 is 21, add our 0 behind. And then 7 times 9 is 63. Okay, and then if I were to add all these numbers up together, I would get 1,053. Okay, so I hope you got that answer right, and I hope you were able to break those down. This bottom part. Draw a model to represent the product, then record the product. Okay, so 14 times 16. So I'm just going to draw a box here. Okay, and then I know I'm going to break my first number into 10 plus 4, because 10 plus 4 is 14. And I'm going to come up here and I'm going to break up 16 into 10 plus 6, because I know that's 16. Then I'm going to kind of draw some boxes in here. They're not perfect, but they will do. Okay, so first thing I'm going to do is go 10 times 10, which is 100. Then I'm going to go 10 times 6, which is 60. Then I'm going to come 10 times 4 is 40. I'm going to go 4 times 6 is 24. Okay, if I were to add all those numbers up together, so I'm going to go 100, 60, 40, and 24. Add those up together. 4. And then 2. Okay, I have 224 as my answer. Okay, alright, same with this one. Here's one of those check mark ones. I want you to pause the video, see how you do, and then check your answer with it, okay? But I'm going to go ahead and do it, but pause me if you haven't done it already. Alright, so I'm going to draw my box. Okay, so I know that for 23, that's going to be 20 plus 3. And then for 25, I'm going to have 20 plus 5. Okay, then I'm going to break it up into my boxes here. Okay, now I'm going to figure out what's in the middle. 20 times 20, 2 times 2 is 4, add my 2 zeros. 20 times 5, 2 times 5 is 10, and then put a 0 in the back, because I took it times 10. Then 20 times 3, 2 times 3 is 6, add my 0. 3 times 5 is 15. Okay, then if I were to add all these numbers up, 400 plus 100 plus 60 plus 15. Okay, I would get a total of 5, 6 plus 1, 7, 4, 5, so 575 for my answer. Okay. Alright, so we're not going to do any of these ones. We're going to go right to, we're not going to do any of those. We're going to go right to the homework and see how we do. so I want you to do number 2 and 3 for sure. Looks like you are drawing a model like I just did, and then you're recording your product, so your answer. Make sure you show all your work. Then you're going to do, let's see, number 4. Looks like you're looking for a mistake here. And then I want you to do number 5. So we're just skipping number 6 on this one. Each box is 36 crayons. Okay, so this one will be good. So you're using this information here and here. Make sure you underline or circle it so you know what you're dealing with. And then you're making a model with it, just like what we did on those other problems. And then you're adding at the end to find the answer. Okay, on the back page, let's just do number 2, 4, and 6. Okay, so 2, 4, 6 on the back, and 2, 3, 4, 5 on the front. Alright, hope you have a great rest of your day. If you have any questions, please ask me. Alright, thanks you guys.